Well, there's outrage in India after an article that was published in the New York Times that says the sari is a symbol of Hindu nationalism. The writer conveniently forgot that saris are India's pride and has no religion, no politics. The attire has been draped by women, cutting across religions through the centuries. And also, most weavers are Muslim. But take a look at these paragraphs from the New York Times article. Quote, since the BJP formed a national government in 2014, the Indian fashion industry has been pressed to aggressively promote traditional attire and bypass Western styles. The effort aligns with the party's broader political program to project multi-faith India, a country of more than 1.3 billion as a Hindu nation. Fashion and how Indians think of it has not been exempt. Modi has made traditional dress a priority, and as many in the country want to please him, the fashion industry has followed along. The Banaras sari, the traditional garment known for its fine silk and opulent embroidery and primarily worn by Hindu women, well, in India, fashion has become a nationalist cause. This is written by this man, Asghar Qadri, in the New York Times. Now, meanwhile, reactions have been pouring in and they have been nothing short on social media of angry. Take a look at some of those tweets that have come in with regards to these articles. Everyone wears the Banaras sari, the New York Times. This is incredibly biased writing. The Banaras sari, the traditional garment known for its fine silk and opulent embroidery, primarily worn by Hindu women. There's another tweet that says, wearing the sari is communal, so dear Indian ladies, if you want to be secular, wear jeans, skirts, minis, etc. for the New York Times. Another tweet says this asinine article links the sari with Hindu nationalism. The real issue is that Indians sticking to traditional attire get in the way of pushing Western attire. A pathetic drive. All right, to get perspective on the story here tonight, on Your Story, we're now joined by Shaina NC from Mumbai. She is a fashion designer. We appreciate your time. Shaina, let's get to this right up on Your Story. How surprised are you by this article by the New York Times, talking about sari and bringing in religion?
Firstly, the name is Shaina NC, and I believe that the sari is the most beautiful garment world over. It's something that cannot be limited just to India or to suggest that it is an Indian national costume. It is something that has taken on to the international platform as well. You've had people like Zandra Rhodes, Jemima Khan, Sherry Blair, Liz Hurley, all sport the sari, and it is not something which is limited to a particular caste community. So these pseudo-seculars who believe that this is a garment worn primarily by Hindu women better get their facts correct. It shocks me that the New York Times, which is such a renowned journal, so to speak, I wouldn't even call it a newspaper, hasn't done its basic research. And the Banarasi sari is something that is worn by Hindus and Muslims at special functions, not just them. It has been exported to overseas, where the fabric in the sari form has been constructed into silhouettes like gowns, jackets, and what have you. So I think it's very irresponsible for the New York Times to talk about the sari as if it's an option to wearing jeans or a mini skirt. It's not. It can coexist, and this is the 21st century. For those who are trying to treat India as some kind of a regressive country where you have caste communities that adhere to certain norms when it comes to dressing, they may as well realize that our Prime Minister leads by example, and what he has done for the Banarasi weavers, and especially in his home constituencies where you have had international designers come and work with our artisans and take it to the national and international fora. So I completely am appalled at this so-called sari nationalism. It's nothing but an insult to us and our country.
And Shaina, let me also ask you, when it comes to this, it's been really outraging. A lot of people on social media taking to Twitter, using the hashtag #SariProud. And as we mentioned in the report, a lot of the weavers, in fact, are Muslim. And in fact, most of us probably have never thought about that as a defining characteristic of religion. It is an outfit that is worn in India in so many different ways, so many different materials, whether it's for everyday use, for occasions, for weddings. And then this article that comes out, I mean, how much of a role is ignorance playing in this, especially with what is happening in the United States under Donald Trump?
I think ignorance is bliss, and they have the leader that leads by example. So I don't need to say too much more. I'm not here to sit on validation of who's bright and who's not, and who has done their research and who not. But the least they should know is that the sari can be draped in 54 innovative styles, and these are not just regional specific. So it's not just your Gujarati, Maharashtrian, Kurgi, saris worn in West Bengal are draped differently. You have what is worn in Assam draped differently. I don't think this is about regions that I'm talking about. Even the modern innovations the designers have brought, where you can actually wear a sari on jeans, you can wear a double sari, you can wear a sari on a ghagra, you can do so many myriad things with 6 yards of fabric. So the least one would expect is that New York Times should print an apology not just to Indians, but I think to the beauty and the legacy that comes from a country where 6 yards is draped and woven into magic. And for the world over, they must know the facts as they are, rather than viewing this as some sort of a stupid traditional garment which is only worn with opulent silk embroidery and all kinds of embellishment. And that really shows you how ignorant they are on understanding other people's culture, ethos, and what we stand for.
And really quickly, as we wrap this up, Shaina, let me also ask you, certainly a lot of stars in the film industry in Bollywood, when it's red carpet events or fashion programs, award ceremonies, a lot of them do wear saris. Yes, you do see on occasion the Western gowns, but it is traditional, but at the same time it can be trendy as well. How strong of a statement do you think that carries the weight when Bollywood actors are parading with saris? What type of a message does that put out, not just to India, but also around the global community? Things like at Cannes Film Festival, etc.
I think that's a very, very relevant and a very important question that you've raised, and I'm glad that you have. Somebody is at least thinking along those lines. It saddens me when you have a young Indian bride who comes and says that they want to wear a cocktail gown for their Sangeet. At least for religious functions, for weddings, for important occasions, sport something that belongs to us, that represents us. And Bollywood has such a huge impact on the general perception. If you have a star wearing a Lucknowi sari, everyone ends up wearing it. If you have a star wearing a Banarsi, everyone ends up wearing it. And my appeal to us stunning Bollywood stars is, especially when you're representing India at the Cannes Film Festival or the Oscars or any red carpet, the one thing you can do is drape a sari innovatively, make it look like your international gown, that's fine. But at least wear something that belongs to India. India has so much to give. We don't need to seek inspiration from the West to know what cuts and what silhouettes and what colors are in fashion. We need to set our own, and that can happen only with great brand ambassadors like the Bollywood stars doing the same on the international platform and actually realizing that this is a country that has legacy but that has moved with the time and evolved. So like for example, what I have started doing is concept saris, ready to wear saris to attract youngsters. I show them 17 innovative ways of draping the sari, so they don't really think that, oh, this is some old garment that the mother used to wear or the grandmother used to wear. This is something that is trendy. It can be sensuous without being vulgar, and it is elegant without being cheap in any which way.
All right, thank you so much. We appreciate those insights, certainly valid and relevant points. Shaina NC joining us live from Mumbai on the sari story. We appreciate that.